All right, welcome back to the Gentleman's Bureau. I'm joined here today with, as always, Mark Rowe and Jed Barnes. This is episode 47, right? I said
Yes,
that right?
sir.
Yep.
Wild. I missed last week's. I think I was. What the fuck was I doing? I don't know. I have a busy life, but fucking
Crashing
yeah,
dirt bikes.
good to be back. Yeah, crashing dirt bikes, breaking my neck and all my bones, and miraculously healed all of them in time
Nice.
for this podcast. So,
It's that
Probably
Colorado
alcohol.
spring water.
yeah, I'm thinking about moving.
Yeah, where to? Just outside of town?
Yeah, just outside of town or Montana. I don't know.
Big Sky, Montana. They get a lot of snow up there.
Right.
Like,
I might just do it.
like.
Florida, they don't get any snow.
It's just
Yeah.
things here are too. How do I say it?
I
They're
don't
getting a
know.
little too liberal for me, man. It's almost. I got a bad taste in my mouth out here.
Okay. that's shitty, but
That's shitty. Um, that is if I can even move. I should be able to move.
yeah.
Pending.
I mean, dude, you're young. You got you're not tied down to anything. If you want to move, dude,
Well,
you can go anything. You can go anywhere. Why don't you give upstate New York a try for like 6
Yeah, let's
months?
go to fucking New York. I love that
New
idea.
York.
Never.
No, I'm saying upstate New
Yeah.
York. Don't go to the city.
Yeah, I'm
No.
Lane Miller. I'm up here in New York City,
That'd be great.
coming at you. Not live.
If I ever talk like that, kill me.
I got you.
Unless I'm a legit like.
No, no exceptions.
If I'm in like the mafia or some shit, like Vinny, little Tony, people like that, then
Don't
it's
forget about
acceptable.
Alfredo.
Alfredo.
Alfredo's the backbone of this
Chicken
company.
Alfredo, yeah. Yeah, chicken Alfredo, Vinny, all those fucking characters. Okay, if I start talking like that, just kill me.
on your macaroni.
I can never like differentiate those accents between like, because like there's always that like thick Jersey accent, it's like
Right.
Jersey, and then like it blends in. It kind of just blends into like
Yeah,
New York.
Yeah, like for us, it's all upper Eastern accent, But for them, it's like, oh, he's from Brooklyn's, he's from Queens, that guy's from Staten Island, he's from freaking Jersey. Don't talk to him, you'll catch something. Uh, no offense, New Jersey. No offense. It's just what I hear.
Your state's
But yeah,
garbage.
like they could, like the people that are from there, they can differentiate between all the different boroughs. But we're over here like, you're from like New York, right?
Yeah,
It's the same thing with us in Chicago, but we don't have an accent, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But
We just talk more hick,
well, we talk. I don't know. Yeah, I guess more hick would be or Midwestern, kind of accent. But like Chicago, there's like the suburbs, and then there's inner Chicago accent, and they're
Well,
two different things.
do you guys think that like, and I don't want to, maybe I don't mean to sound bad about saying this. I don't mean it bad, I should say, but it's gonna sound bad. Like, do you think that our way of talking, where we're from, like we're from the Midwest, we kind of have like a more perfected vocabulary, whereas, yeah, I know it sounds bad, but like, you know what I mean? Because you go anywhere else, it's kind of like, well, shit, man. No, there's like little nuances that like
A little twang in it. You
little
go down
twang, or like
south.
there's a little, or like, yeah, I'm from fucking Cali, bruh. Or like, like just like,
Oh, they draw out a
or
lot of
like
stuff.
you hone in on us, and we have like a very,
it's very basic. It's very
well, it's
plain.
very basic, but it's like
Yeah.
the standard. I don't know.
Right.
Does that
And
does that
what's
make
interesting
sense?
about that, I can
Washington
actually
people
I
always
can
told
talk on
me
this.
that Oh, sorry. You go,
Uh,
Jed.
so in my vocal training class,
What were you saying, Mark? Trying to just figure out what Mark was saying. I couldn't hear because Jed decided to
Give me
interrupt
a
Mark.
second. Give me a second. I'll let you talk professionally, and I'll just talk about like experience wise. So with hanging out with people from like Oregon and Washington State, they brag about how they have the most perfected form of English all the time, and they just kind of sound like douchebags whenever they say that. But whenever they talk though, they do sound like they don't draw anything out. They don't have much of an accent on any sort of word. Uh, like even regional stuff, like how we say like soda pop, or we say pop, or like cola. They say down in the south. Like Washington doesn't do that so much. So like they're pretty standard people whenever it comes to their accents and their English. So if you were gonna say like, oh, the Midwest has perfected one, it was like, well, I mean, the douchebags in Washington State think that they've perfected it, and I don't think it's perfected. It kind of just sounds plain and boring.
right?
Right. Cookie cutter,
Um,
almost.
Yeah.
like I was saying, like in my English class, we did different English accents, right? Like we had Cockney, Standard, and we had like fancy. I guess you'd talk it like a noble speak, right? But then for the U.S., we did South, we did Brooklyn, we did a bunch of other stuff. But like the standard English, like the standard American English, I should say, was basically just how we talk normally. Just yeah, it's like we don't stress any letters weirdly. We pretty much just it's like we're reading out of a dictionary, basically, and know how to like read phonetics is pretty much like we're just trying to pronounce everything as phonetically as possible.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just I don't know, it's just how it shook out. When we
I
make up,
wonder if
when we
like
make up.
you went to like I don't know, Boston, and like you like sat down with like English students just now learning words, young kids, and they're like they're like it's pronounced Boston. And the teacher's like, "Hey, it's pronounced Boston." The teacher has to like correct them, like, "You're not putting enough emphasis on the get the fuck
Park the
out of here."
car and
Yeah,
have a
right.
gas. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a second here.
Where are my khakis? Where are my khakis? Does
I'm
anybody see
sorry,
my khakis?
where are your car keys? Is that where are your
No, my
khakis?
khakis. My
Ah,
Your
khakis.
khakis, yes. I see
Too
the
good.
dilemma.
Too good. Um,
I got the
yeah,
khakis and my khakis.
Boston people just kind of sound terrible, yo.
I
There's
mean,
there's some
the
socks.
answer's
There's
pretty
some
easy.
dude in full socks gear, like Red Sox gear. He's like,
Yeah,
fuck
right.
that guy.
Hey,
Get the
fuck
foam
that
finger and
guy.
everything. Get the foam finger. He's like, I'm gonna dislike this video with the foam finger. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's fuck. What was I thinking? Oh, the car keys. Where's the khakis? Car keys. There's something else like that, but it's more of it's like a phrase, like an ice cold beer. What am I saying? A nice cold beer or an ice cold beer? Because if you just say it, it blends in together. I'd like an ice cold beer. What are you saying? You'd like an ice cold beer or you'd like a nice cold beer?
Yeah.
I got my fucking nice cold beer.
That's
Bush.
Bush.
That's
Bush is
actually how
kind
you're
of
supposed
good.
to pronounce it. You're not
Bush.
supposed to say
Like,
Bush.
is
It's
that the only
Bush.
bush that you like? Because I don't like a bush.
I
I'll
like
be
other
honest with you
bushes.
guys.
Jed.
I don't like other
Or
bushes.
Mark.
Yeah. Talk about Bush. Jed's bushy face. How does that go, dude? How
What do
is
you mean?
having a beard? I've never had a beard like that, and for that being so bushy, it's like, dude,
What do
does
you
it
mean
get
bushy?
itchy? Like, does it get in your way? Like,
Certain foods cannot be eaten the same way. Like ice cream, you kind of just got to accept that you're going to go home and wash your face immediately because you're
okay,
going to have ice cream in your beard and mustache. Yogurt sometimes will get in the beard if it drips off the spoon. and doesn't make it back to the cup.
I just feel like that's any product that's
Pretty much,
being
yeah.
ate out of a bowl.
What is
Like,
Pretty much.
Ice
Yeah.
cream,
No,
vanilla.
it doesn't really get in the way. I did zip
Yogurt,
it up a few
right?
times. Like when you're zipping something up. I have caught it a couple times, but it's a simple ah, ooh, ow, and then you make sure to do the top like that. But the only thing that really gets itchy for me is right at the neckline, which is why I usually trim it back toward my chin a little bit. But at this point, it's long enough that it's just staying with the rest of it. But what's weird is people always ask me, they're forever. Gandalf incoming. This bitch going to be braided. Tripping over it.
How long have you had it? Like, when did you start committing to a beard? I guess.
I mean, fucking 6 years ago.
Really? Shit.
I just keep trimming it. Like, that's what I do. I wait until it gets super long, and then one day I'll be super hot, and I'll be like, I'm done, and I'll trim it back down to like a 2 or a 3, so it's just a really short beard, and then I'll let it keep going.
So
the last time I trimmed it, I just brushed it down flat over my face, like I usually do. I went around the edge to just trim it up so it's not like a little bit scraggly here, a little bit scraggly there. Just trim it up so it's got more solid lines. And then I took a 2 and I went straight down to my chin, and then I stopped. So I ended up having like a bunch of hair just like hanging out right here, just off my face, and then like the really right here was really short. But what was weird was nobody even noticed. No one noticed at all. No one said a thing. And now it's growing back out so that I still have more length off my chin, but it's not so much on my face.
Cool, dude.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep growing it for as long as I can, man. It's nice to have. What's weird is like people see me now. Like I just moved back home, so like there's a lot of people that are seeing me that haven't seen me for a while. They're just like, "What's that?" And I'm like, it's a beard." They're like, "How'd that happen?" I'm like, just kind of grew there, just popped out one day, and then the next day it popped out a little bit more, and it just kept doing that day after day. A lot of commitment in this beard. This beard tried to grow every day. Most days it succeeded. I'm really proud of this beard. It tries hard.
Nice. You get like beard oils for that at all, or not?
I have some, but honestly, I found that just conditioner, and like just a little bit of shampoo. If it's been like a day or two since you've washed it, like get into the shampoo, get it all out nice and clean, and then just a little bit of conditioner, and it's super soft.
Nice, dude. All right. What other bush things are cool? Bushy beard.
I don't know about that, but I do know that Iron Maiden
Dr. Bush
just dropped their new album yesterday, and it's pretty fucking awesome. I bought it. It's the shit. It's like the Eddie character is like a samurai too. It's pretty cool.
All right. Up my
yeah. Mark, you need to listen to that album. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is the cover. Let me see if I can.
Nice.
Yeah. Cover does look pretty slick.
It's moving, dude.
Yeah. Welcome to the 21st century, Mark.
Covers move now?
Dude, everything moves, man. I mean, hell, even this tapestry moves.
You shit. Well, no, like, okay, so whenever somebody would say that they bought an album in America, I would expect them to be like, "Oh, I bought it online now." But
right.
now, but being in Japan, like we still have CD stores, record stores all over the place here. People love buying like physical copies of stuff, and I've never I can't go to that store and find a moving album cover. That just doesn't happen. So that was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know it moved until I showed you guys either. So must be some new shit they're coming out with, these kids these days.
Hey, if it's too loud, you're too old, right?
True.
Yeah, because usually old people are like, I can't hear it.
I've always been saying that shit was too loud. Every time I've gone to a concert, it's always been way too hard, and like my ears are just getting like scratched by like.
You're the worst person to go to.
It's like the high end just like whines in my ear. I don't know, it's weird.
I would never take you to a concert if you ever said that.
Yeah, if you were just sitting there
I give you one chance.
Outdoor concerts are better, but like anytime I was in like an indoor concert, it was terrible.
Mark, we would have to move closer to the speakers so it would get louder, so we could drown out the bitching of Jed.
Exactly. We're like, Jed, we
I wouldn't
can't
bitch
deal
about
with
it. I would
this
just go stand
crying, man.
further back.
And Jed's just moving. He's basically out the door. He's in the parking lot
He's in the
talking
parking
to
lot. Like,
some
I didn't
guy.
even need to pay. I can still hear it just fine. My ears are comfortable. He's got like a blanket in the car, all cozied up.
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
on my hood with like little like air mattress
Actually,
or
you know
something,
what,
just
Jed?
chilling.
You might
Binoculars.
you might be onto something, dude. Because then you could just buy a case of beer for the price of like 2 beers that you would normally buy in there,
Yeah, that's a
and
pretty generous
wouldn't have to deal with
markup.
people. You wouldn't have to deal with people. You would you'd listen at a comfortable sound, comfortable for you, but you're not really meeting anyone, or you're not really
Fuck 'em.
mingling, or
I don't
or
need to.
just catching the vibe. You're kind of just by yourself in the parking lot, and then that's when you
I
realize,
don't have to be by myself.
maybe I have depression, and then you
Maybe
get,
I have
get
to.
back from the
Right.
show. Everyone's so thrilled and excited. This one guy got fucking puked on. There was a fight. You missed it all. But at least you
Bumped into
accomplished.
somebody's old lady. I got punched. I don't know what happened.
Right. Like I'm just sitting there cracking my last beer. I'm like, is this what depression is?
Is this what?
Am I depressed?
Am I depressed?
I look over as if somebody was there, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm alone. Rain starts to fall. You're outside, but there's a big canopy. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting on my car. There's nothing around me. I'm in a parking lot. I'm like, and then lightning strikes. My life flashes before my eyes, and then I wake up in a helicopter next to a pretty nurse. Boom. Meteor.
And then you wake up from a dream.
No, and then boom, meteor takes the helicopter right out, dead.
Yeah.
And then I wake up from a dream.
Waiting for that day. Sometimes I'll just like be chilling, and I'll just like look outside. It's like, Lane always says this. He's always like, one day this fucking place is just gonna incinerate. A big old meteor's gonna hit, and we're all fucked then. It's like, God damn it, Lane. Why don't you fucking just, hey, take it easy,
No,
dude.
I almost had a heart attack doing that one day. I was just like looking out, like we let the dogs out, and I was like looking up in the sky.
Let the
And
dogs
let
out.
the dogs out.
I did. I let the dogs out personally. I went out with them. Anyway, uh, I looked up in the sky, and I just see this like dark object coming right at my face, and I was like, "Holy shit, is that a meteor?" And then it turns out it was just like a cicada or like a June bug or something. But like for a second there, it was just like a dark dot, and it was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, "What the heck?" And then it flew like right through my face. I was like, "Oh, that's a June bug." Okay, I must have been unfocused on it or something. I don't know. But it tripped me
Jesus.
out for a little bit.
You thought what if you saw the end coming like that?
Right. Right.
Oh
Like, what
my
do you
God.
do? What do you do? You know, pray to somebody.
Who do you call first? You know the world's coming to an end. There's a meteor coming. Who do you
Ooh,
like? Who do you want to
good
talk
question.
to first?
Good question.
Uh,
Probably. Go ahead, Jed. I'm gonna think about this one.
I'd probably try to call, just somebody that I knew would answer, and just probably be like, "Hey, man, world's gonna end."
So you wouldn't call your dad.
Ah,
Somebody
Would
that
he
would
answer?
answer.
would he answer? I'm not gonna spend my last moments on Earth trying to get somebody on the fucking line. Okay, come on, Dad, pick the fuck up. Pick the fuck up. Come on, Brandon, pick up. Brandon, pick up. Mark, please. Late, come on. What could you possibly be doing right now? The world's about to end.
Exactly.
Never mind. Never mind. I know
I'm
what
on
you
the
would do.
I'm on the line with who I'm calling. I don't.
Right, fair enough. Fair enough.
The world's about to end. Lane's like, okay,
Better
I know where
question.
the bunker is. He's like, I'm gonna survive this shit.
Better question. Who do you think would call you?
No, even better question. Who's
Why
calling
would
people if the satellites are gonna be down?
Well,
If
let's
there's
say
a
for the sake
massive.
of reasoning that the asteroid's coming, but it has
Okay,
not.
Jed. You're gonna, for the sake of the argument, yeah. Go ahead, Mark. You go ahead and tell yours.
okay. I think shit. Who would I call? Probably call my old lady.
Ghostbusters.
But no, she's probably gonna be with me. So I guess I call like tech support because they're gonna at least pick up and I'd be like, hey, I just need to talk, man. They're gonna be like, what do you need with your computer? And I'm gonna get some Vindaloo good times right before the end.
I would finally
Me and
call
Ganesh.
Scam Likely. I would finally call Scam Likely back and be like, "Hey man,
Hey, all right.
we had
Well,
some good
fuck you
times
guys.
over the years, man. We had some good times. You called me, I didn't answer. Sometimes I did, and I messed with you. Man, we had some good times, didn't we? You're like, it's been a pleasure scamming you.
Exactly.
I should have done that. I shouldn't have done such a specific accent. It was just the first one that came to mind. Don't take
Yeah.
offense, please.
Yeah, why'd you do that, Jed?
Just the first one that came to mind.
Not cool, man.
I think it was because Mark was doing it with tech support.
Yeah. No, I totally support that. As long as you
Yeah,
also
because-
say "fuck white women," we're good. I'm on that campaign. We can make fun of anybody, just also fuck white women. That's all I. That's my
Now,
number
how do
one
you mean-
supporting.
How do you mean that? Do you mean like have intercourse with them, or like fuck them? What do you mean exactly by that?
Yeah, no
Oh,
intercourse with white women. Just fuck them.
Wow.
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, fuck white women.
Yeah. Yep. I would sincerely I would call like a female that like I've had a crush on. I've got her number, and I
Ooh.
never had like the gumption to just because you never had such pressure on your shoulders, you know. So
Yeah,
now
shoot
it's like
that shot.
I gotta tell her, hey, listen, baby, come to my place. We got about 30 minutes. Don't worry, all I need is 30 seconds. Hey.
Plenty of cut.
Hey,
Boom.
hey, what are you doing for the next 12 seconds?
What are you doing for the next? Nothing. You come on over. Make your phone calls to your family on the way. We got business when you get here.
Yeah. Hey, man. I feel like you should just send it, bro. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott, Michael Jordan,
true.
Wayne Gretzky.
I wonder if we could like fabricate that too, and just be like, "Hey, I got word that we got 20 hours before
Fabricated.
Yeah, like yeah, I work for the government, right? I could pull some shit off. I know a guy. He works for the intelligence agency. He's telling me we only got 20 hours to live.
I mean, actually, my guy in the FBI, he said something more like 17 because the heat on the outside of the asteroid is going to be here before it is, and it's
Right.
coming fast. So he said
Right.
that the wave, the heat wave and particle cloud is going to wipe us out before the asteroid even hits the Earth. But after that, some people might survive the particle cloud, like on the other side of the Earth, you know. But man, once that rock hits, done.
Mark, what the fuck? Cut that shit out right now.
Mark, what'd you just do? I didn't even
Nothing.
see it.
He
I'm
didn't
gonna
do shit.
survive on the other side. You were talking about.
We don't know
people
where
on
it's
the other-
landing. I don't know which direction it's coming from. We haven't gotten that information yet. We'll get that to you as soon as we can, though.
Well,
Okay,
The
so
asteroid's
like,
actually
here's a
aimed
real
directly
question.
at
Though.
Okinawa.
Here's a real question though. Like, okay, let's say huge ass meteor hits like China, right? And supposedly we live on a fucking globe, so we're on the
God
opposite
damn
side.
it. That was
And
good shit again.
so, what would happen if it hit so hard? Would we like do that, or would would we
What?
would we do, or would it be like with gravity? Like
What was that?
maybe the force would not be as strong as our gravitational pull to the center. Supposedly, if we live on a globe, what do you think, Jed? You're Mr. fucking physics over here.
So asteroid hits China. What would we feel
Yeah,
on the side?
We're technically
So up to a certain size, we would feel kind of like what you're describing. Like it would just feel like a bump, or like more like an earthquake, just like shaking maybe.
love how he's actually entertaining this.
As you get bigger, what could happen is the shockwave could, instead of going around the crust, actually permeate through the mantle, through the core, which is solid steel, and then iron, I think actually solid iron, and then all the way through, and we would feel a much greater blast. We might even see like an exit wound of like the shockwave coming out the other side if the asteroid's big enough. But usually when it's on that scale, it's just going to go for complete destruction of the Earth because it's like a weird, how the Earth is like constructed with like really hard center, liquidy outside middle, and then like a harder shell. It's like when stuff hits that, things go sideways really fast.
Damn it.
Wait,
I
things
wish it
go
was like a
sideways,
bullet
or things
where it's
go
like entry, exit.
Things go every direction quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say explosion, but
Master Exploder.
Also, like, if I had shrooms or something, I would just take all of them.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
What?
do heroin. Fuck it,
Oh,
right?
I don't think I'd do
17 hours.
that. I think I'd like to have a magical experience. I like to transcend before I actually transcend, die. That'd be great. Because like, could you
Transcenception?
imagine if you did that? Like you were tripping balls, like you were fucked up, and you died. Someone's had to have done that. Someone's
I'm
had.
pretty sure plenty of people did that, jumping off buildings and shit.
I
Right.
mean, there was
Well,
that
there's
there was
that,
that
right.
one bear that did that. He did like
Well, like,
pounds
what
and
is that
pounds of cocaine and then
transition?
OD.
That would be the craziest experience because you're not even you're not experiencing death from a raw human experience. You're experiencing it from an already inebriated state. So like, what the fuck would that even be like? Would that be like a? I feel like it would almost be better because it's like a little mini step. Because if you're already tripping balls, it's like, what else are you gonna see that's gonna blow your fucking brain, huh? Like what? Oh, I'm gonna meet God. No, I'm already fucking seeing 12 gods in front of me. I just talked to fucking 6 elves across from Nazgir fucking 2 minutes ago. Like what else is gonna blow my brain right now? So maybe that is like a little. Maybe that would be a good experience. I don't know.
Blow
I
your
don't want.
Hey, well, and we thank you for putting that to the test as we near 0 hour on this asteroid strike. So, what's new? What's new, guys? Mark, how's the garden? The picture you finally sent me did look good.
Yeah, I'm getting. So the native plants to Okinawa are way easier to grow, and the hot
Wow, go
peppers.
figure.
Yeah, yeah, the hot peppers are having a rough time, and
I believe it.
I'm having trouble because like I don't use any pesticides in my garden, so I'm having a little bit of trouble with some bugs. But
So these hot peppers, what would you say their native region would be?
Mexico.
Okay, so dry, even hotter than Okinawa. Okay, yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely getting overwatered.
Would you say they are red, hot chili peppers by chance? I don't know.
I got quite a few of
I
them are still
wish I
green.
got
hot
some of
chili
those,
peppers.
but they're the native Okinawan red hot chili peppers.
I just think it's funny. You do you have a flea problem? You said you had a insect problem. Are
Oh
there
yeah,
fleas by chance?
yeah.
Little fleas jumping around
Actually, is
in the
insects.
red
That's
hot chili
why
peppers.
that's why I leave the light on for the show tonight. So
Steady? Is it a steady glow?
yeah.
By the way, I tried to say I'd be there. Waiting for Danny the girl is she's singing songs to me beneath the Marquee. Oversold.
we had it there for a minute, then we went overboard.
I went a little overboard, that's what I do. All
Hell
around
yeah.
the world we can make time though.
Slow cheetah.
Oh my god, Slow Cheat. Fucking love that song, dude. I can play it too. It's fucking beautiful. If I play
Hey,
it, people are like, "Oh my god, you just made that up. That's beautiful." I'm like, "Yeah, I did."
Right.
yes, it's an original.
Ladies, I'm pretty
I could
pretty
post it in my
good.
youth.
Oh shit. Yeah, Jed asked what's new. I might be joining a band. 90s grunge.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right.
Fucking sick.
And
It's
that
gonna
was
be
just because.
pretty awesome.
Was that like in response to you posting you playing on your Snap story?
Yeah, I have
I thought so.
a buddy here in Colorado,
You
new
don't have
friend.
friends. Don't lie.
Is this what depression is?
Am I
Is this
depressed?
depression?
Um, yeah, he saw my video. He knew I played. He just never. I guess we never jammed because it's weird to jam with just a drummer and because he's a drummer and a guitarist. It really you need
That's all you
some
need.
kind of you need something else in there. There's a few songs I guess you could pull off like Watts, the drummer Watts we had on here, Christian.
Yeah, yeah.
We've jammed like that a few times, but it's a little weird because you don't have a lot to work with. There's like a big canvas, but there's not enough paint on there. It's weird. So it's like, so I haven't jammed with this guy, so he hasn't really seen me jam. but what little I posted, he was asking me to join this little thing where I guess they have like a legit studio that we would be playing in and shit. And what was 90s grunge. I think it's gonna be cool. I think I just need to go back into 90s grunge and start learning more songs and shit. I know a few, but for the most part, I'm a strictly a Chili Peppers dude. And that's not really
Yeah.
90s grunge. It is 90s, but it's not 90s grunge.
Yeah.
True.
You know, that's actually a really good metaphor now that I think about it a little bit more with plenty, like a big enough canvas, but not enough paint. Like, you know, with like, you know, two instruments, two paint colors, you know, you can't paint the most complex picture without a certain level of skill. Like, you know, you have to be like really good to make a really good complex picture with just two colors.
Yeah.
You know, so it's actually a really good metaphor, I think. And yeah, man, you and Christian, like on the podcast, even with the, you know, the janky audio we were using at the time, it still sounded pretty good. That was just kind of like riffing.
Yeah, I'm more of a jam dude. I don't like to learn songs and play songs. I do a little bit if it's like catchy, but for the most part, I just jam off of like vibes and just go with the flow. I'm more of a jam band person, I think,
Me
and I'm
too,
slowly
man.
figuring that out. You know, so
Hey, I think I have a bass guitar here actually.
I want to pick up a bass for sure.
Let me see. Let's
Like
see.
especially
They're
after
nice to have around for sure. Like just to get some nice bass lines.
right. I mean, I can use like the top E string on my guitar, but it's not the same because that's like the lower
Yeah.
string. Fucking,
Yeah.
it sucks. But like, it works, but it you kind of have the bass boost on your mixer, you know. But I want to pick up a bass and learn, like, especially after this. I bought this Iron Maiden album. I forgot how good that bassist is, man. He fucking slaps.
Oh
He's
yeah.
good.
Alright.
He brings the fucking, you know, the horse trot, the fucking dun 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 dun, fucking good shit.
You guys ready to see my bass guitar?
Slaps, man.
You ready?
Slap it a
Slap it a bass. Slap it a bass, man.
Wait a second. What the fuck?
Now, that's depression. That I figured it out. That's depression, right?
That's depression.
Stop. Just
It's my old first act guitar, but it's only got one string left.
I
How do
feel
you
like
even
that's
come across one of
everybody's
those?
first act guitar. Like, if someone's got a first act, they're missing a string. They're missing a tuning knob. Something's fucked up with that thing
Strings are
to
made out
where
of plastic.
you never. It's like nylon, yeah, or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
Yeah,
they were, this was an older one. It is legit. They were legit both guitar strings.
It's
Luckily,
made out of drywall. Those first acts are made out of drywall.
it's pretty thin. It's pretty shitty. I'm surprised it stood up the test of time. It just needs some new strings, and it'd still be quite functional.
A
For a
buddy of
first act
mine,
guitar.
we were hanging out all the time in college, and he was in this like straight edge hardcore band, which is really weird. Trust me. But at the end of the shows, he would smash guitars, and so he would go out and get these first acts all the time, and just destroy them because he's like, you can pick them up at a recycle store. Like, what do you call
Like
those things?
Goodwill or like thrift
pawn
store,
shop?
yeah.
pawn
Pawn shop,
shops.
yeah.
Yeah, you can pick them up for like $15. He's like, it looks cool on stage, and it's like,
Yeah,
whatever, $15. I get paid more than that to play, so
yeah.
Right.
Someone made a comment.
It's just part of the
I think
overhead.
I think it was
Yeah.
Flea or something, or maybe it was John Frusciante, but he was like saying like, I detest people that do that because that musical instrument could have been given to a kid who can't afford. And I'm like, man, but how are you gonna go around and be like, you know, figure out which kids want to fucking play? I get it. I get his reason for detesting it, and I kind of agree with him, right? Because some kids they can't really afford shit, and I've lent out my musical instruments to people who wanted to learn guitars because I have multiple guitars here that I can afford to do that. I can, you know, and to teach them is fun. It's so rewarding.
yeah,
Like
to
giving
teach
is so
anybody is
fucking rewarding.
really cool.
It's so rewarding, and that's how I learned guitar to begin with. My parents weren't going to give me a guitar. No way. Why the fuck would they do that? So they can listen to me fucking sound like shit for a while? No. Like my Max, Bose, the guy I had on here. Did we have him on twice yet, or no? Did we just
No,
had him on?
just
just
one
once.
time.
Yeah. So Max, shout out to you, dude. Yeah. Uh, he lent me his little. It was like a 3/4 guitar, and it did. It was like a little travel guitar. It was awesome, and forever grateful for that because I kept it as long as I wanted. Eventually, I returned it, obviously, but when I could muster up the cash to get my own, and um, I got a
Play it.
Flint Hill. Yeah, that's what it was. Never heard of it, but it was fucking
Me
great.
either.
And I found out that most guitars, like if your guitar sounds good and it's made of good quality wood, you don't need a name brand guitar, dude. You don't.
Yeah, you just need like somewhat quality.
Yeah, like the name brand really just shows like more of a consistent quality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that and like they've been around, they've been
Right.
dominating forever. You know, they've
Like
gotten
Nags and Gibson and
Lag, Gibson, Epiphone,
yeah,
yeah, all those
PV.
guys.
Does PV still make guitars?
Yeah,
Thought so. I thought so.
I
I
think-
Fender.
remember
right?
there
Yeah.
was a guy in Sheffield, big old town of Sheffield he built guitars. You guys probably know his
Mark.
kids, maybe. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg or Wahlberg?
Wollerman?
Wahlburger.
Yeah. He
Wahlberger.
he since went out of business just because just trying to start your own little guitar building shop is not really profitable.
Not
But
that small of a town, no.
yeah, but he made a lot of guitars. He made pretty decent guitars from what I remember. But I remember he'd invite me and my friend over and we'd play for a bit, and then like he would ask if we knew people that needed guitars and like needed instruments and stuff, and he had given away like a handful to some people. It was really cool.
I would have
Uh,
loved to have gotten my own of his. I just
I mean,
he
he's
did
still
a lot
around.
of
He might.
custom work. It was really impressive, and his paint jobs were amazing because he put a lot of work into the details.
that's fucking cool, dude.
I could try to track him down for you, see if he could, how much he would charge for a custom work.
I bet he doesn't have all that stuff anymore though. He probably just has like
An
some
old craftsman
sitting
can
around.
always pull out the new projects, man.
I remember
You know, they
he
get
would
rid of
take
they get rid of a lot of tools, but they'll always keep the ones that they need to get the job done.
Well,
I see what you mean.
I always supported like local shops that did that shit. Like when I first started, because that's where I got my first guitar. Was this dude? I think his name was like Terry. He was on. He was from Spring Valley, and he had this little shop. But he worked, dude. He worked with some big name people, like the Eagles. The dude from the Eagles would take his shit into there, and like he just knew his shit, you know. And like, when I went in there was this guy in there, and he brought in this fucking dude. I remember it was like this bright, bursting red cherry. Uh, it was like a ES335 looking type of deal. Uh, just beautiful guitar. And he said like, I'm not gonna touch it. I only trust Terry to touch it, you know. And like these people, they do like they have a perfection. They give a shit about these little shops. They actually give a fuck about like what they're doing, man. You can tell, especially, you know, they have to make a name for themselves a little, you know, a little bit. If you're small time, you're not Guitar Center. You're not,
Mhm.
you know, what's that fucking other one? You know, you're not a big name deal, dude. So like obviously these people are gonna give a little more of a fuck because that's how they get their word out. You know, that's how they
Mhm.
get their name out. So I think it's a good avenue to go to. I always support small business, man. Big time. Big time.
Yeah.
Especially
We
today.
like over here, and yeah, of course, especially right now, definitely go out there and you support your local small businesses for everybody. Um, Over here in Japan, a lot of things are small business. A lot of things are mom and pop. We got a new mall, and that's whenever we got a actual like Guitar Center esque type store here on the island. Otherwise, like all that stuff is small mom and pop, you know, music stores, and the guy that owns and runs the place, he's also teaching lessons in the back. He's also the guy that's, restocking shelves, doing everything, and he plays like every single instrument kind of thing. It's really, really, really cool over here to have all those like small places. There's only like 5, I think, that I can think off the top of my head, and every single one of them, like the guy that runs them, usually with his wife, or maybe it's just a group of guys that are friends that run a place. They play in bands at night. They teach any age kids on any instrument that you can think of, and they know anything and everything. They do repairs. They actually, some of them build instruments. There's a guy that builds drums. It's really good at it too.
Really?
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's really, really cool. And then on the other aspect, so we're thinking of like modern instruments, right? But then there's guys out there that are making like just traditional, like old school instruments, like the big drums that Japanese people use for performing, different types of drumming. There's all sorts throughout Japan, but like they have the big wooden barrel, and it's carved out, and they stretch the skin over it, and they have to nail it down, and they do that so many times. And then that gets put somewhere and like aged in like a nice room where they control the humidity and everything.
Yeah.
So cool, guys. It's really
Yeah.
cool to
Pretty
see
cool.
those people too, because they perfected like one thing very, very well.
Yeah. It's wild. Wild.
Moving on though, have you guys been excited about the hurricane that went through Louisiana and just destroyed everything? I guess probably not excited.
I haven't even heard
haven't
anything about it,
haven't really
dude.
heard much about it.
Yeah,
I've seen a couple memes about how Southerners just keep building their houses right back where their hurricane that came in 2 years ago destroyed it, and it's like, all right, I like the stubbornness, I like the commitment.
I think I just haven't heard of it because they're just too busy talking about like the Delta variant and just spreading fear.
Afghanistan, yeah.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Oh my God, Afghanistan. Okay, I'll tell you one thing that kind of like I was like, shit. The service dogs that got left behind, man. That sucks. Did you
That's
guys
just
hear
like
Those
a
about
dogs
whole
does
nother
those
level of
dogs
like,
didn't do anything wrong.
depression? That's
whoa.
what makes you depressed.
That's the shit that like, okay, yeah, cool, you left human beings. All right, whatever.
Well, no,
These
that's
poor
not.
dogs that, well, yeah, I get it, Mark. You're making it sound like, you know what I mean, dude. Obviously, I give a fuck about humans, but like, I'm just saying, when you have these dogs in fucking cages, they can't feed themselves, they can't help themselves. You fucking leave them to the Taliban? What?
We're talking about like
Fuck?
service dogs too. We're talking about
Service dogs,
the
which are
dogs
the
that are working with soldiers, right alongside.
they're the equivalent of a soldier.
Yeah, they can earn medals.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. They're service dogs.
Yeah.
They're like servicemen. So it's just like baffles me. Whoa.
Like, whose job was it to get the dogs, man? Who failed? Who do we need to execute by firing squad for not getting these dogs out? Okay.
It's the
Rhymes
higher
with
ups. I think
rhymes
that
with Mo Kaiden.
okay. Smush motion. Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Al Qaeda, Mo Kaiden.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Connecting too many dots here, boys. Don't want to get Epsteined over here.
Oh God, people are dropping like flies now, huh? You guys watching all this shit? Like all these people go missing now. Those FDA people.
Yeah,
So
it's
weird.
like they started ramping up, and then nobody said anything. And they're like, "Well, if nobody's gonna call us on it,
Yeah,
I
no
guess
one's
we'll
gonna
just."
say it. Let's just start getting rid of everybody. That's a threat.
Oh
Then
lord.
nobody to say what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm still waiting for the freaking team to break in here and be like, you've been saying some really radical things online. I'm like, what? That the government like doesn't care about me? I don't think that's very radical at all.
I think that's very logical.
He said it again. He said it again. Get him.
Dude, you think like these fact checkers on Facebook are like they're really just truth concealers? Because they never gave a fuck until we started like telling the truth. You know what I mean?
think,
Like they never gave a shit.
I think they're paid to fact check certain things differently.
Well, absolutely. It's
They're-
my
they're-
opinion,
they're
your
employed.
opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it's just a fucking automated system too. That's just looking for buzzwords or something.
Yeah, that's why you gotta like type in code and shit. A lot
Yeah,
of
use
I've
that
been seeing a lot
SpongeBob
of-
font.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of code type. Like if you're gonna put vaccinations or like anything like that, you have to like put the @ sign for the A and then like just trick the algorithms and it works. I guess
Yeah.
I've seen it
Really?
work. So
So, well,
yeah,
I don't know. I guess I don't think about those things too much, but yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean we're gonna have to think about that though. Like
I think it's
if
ridiculous
someone was
that
to-
we have to like go through and check ourselves to make sure that we can beat a system to get a message out there and things like that. Isn't that ridiculous? You were saying something, Lane. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I was thinking of like if we have to keep talking in code, okay, which it seems like if you want to get your message out, you kind of have to talk in code. Right now, we're just experiencing a little bit of it, right? We're just experiencing like, hey, fact checkers, right? But pretty soon, maybe it'll get to the point where it's like, we're not even going to let you see the post. So then you really have to crack down on ciphering or ciphering and then deciphering code, like messages in code. Like, so like if I were to put like the word vaccinations,
Mm-hmm.
normally I would do like a capital V, an @ sign, and then an X, right? But then like maybe they've typed in their algorithm like, hey, look for that now, right? So now it's becoming more sophisticated. Now you need to put a // backslash, so it makes a V, and then do the @ sign, and then do the X or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's
No,
just
then
gonna
you just
get
do
more and more.
you do the less than and then the greater than. I mean, the greater than and then the less than.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, everything has to be
That's-
symbols now. Like we're just gonna be
that's the
talking in
next
fucking
step.
wingdings.
Right, you're talking in wingdings, and now
Or,
we get to hieroglyphics, dog. We start making hieroglyphics to get past all this shit.
right.
Like we were going to create our own language.
Well, no, we'll talk in
Like,
memes.
the illuminated can read, whereas like the lower sub-dominated people who are just like subservient to the government are just like, we're still typing in English. And that's how you know. That's how you fucking know you've
Yeah.
reached illumination.
You know what that reminds
And
me
then,
of?
The Illuminati.
You've
reminds
created
me of,
hieroglyphics, but then you just start, you go and you say, who's already has a whole bunch of pictures for words? Ah, the Chinese.
Ancient
And then we
Egyptians,
start.
obviously.
Ancient Egyptians, dog.
So what that reminds me of is there was this like it was like a message that got sent out to somebody, and it was in binary. So they translated it, and it came out with a bunch of numbers. So they translated that again in like 64, whatever, like base 64 or something. Came out with different numbers. So they translate that in like base 13, and it goes to like Morse code. No, it was Morse code to begin with, and then it went to all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So then they translate the 13 hexadecimal, the 13 hexadecimal stuff, base 13, whatever, into binary, which then translates to bitch. But like the whole time it's like bunch of Morse code, bunch of numbers, bunch of binary, bitch.
Jesus.
It was
That's
like,
funny.
and that's how we're gonna have to start talking. We're gonna have to double it, like triple, quadruple
Yeah.
encode stuff. You know.
Right.
We're going to be
Because
code talkers. We're basically going to be saving
So
America
let's all just learn Cherokee.
as Cherokee, as Cherokee nation. We're going to be saving America by speaking in code and taking down
That reminds me.
the
Let's
Asian
go.
threat.
I never did. I didn't go back and check out the test on the comments, man.
What
Or
happened?
I was trying to remember a joke last time, and I couldn't remember it. So we asked the audience
I don't
to
think
place.
it's there. But
I don't think anybody's commented yet, unfortunately. So we'll have to get to that one eventually.
ladies and gentlemen, please comment more. We need it. It
Yeah,
helps us in the
fucking
algorithm.
comment, dude. What the fuck are you scared of? Scared of
We
be the
talked-
only person that people see has commented? I don't give a fuck. I comment every goddamn time.
Yeah. Tell
Actually,
me
I
about your
don't.
lunch.
I don't really comment every time, but
I was going to say there's no
You
comments
should.
on this video, Lane.
yeah.
Tell me
Oh, actually,
I
there is
will
one
now.
from Magic
sandwich
Marker.
is. That's all I want. Tell me what your favorite sandwich is. Tell me if you're right-handed or left-handed. Come on. Get it going.
Both. Ricky.
Ooh.
Both.
I could be anything you want, baby.
Double hand. Fisted.
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes.
Yikes.
No comments, huh, Jed?
No
On
comments.
what?
On the video for the joke.
Nothing.
There was
then.
one.
If
There
you
was
don't,
one comment. There was one comment.
you don't
It
know what
was
the
from
fuck we're
Magic
talking
Marker.
about.
It was from Magic
Nothing.
Marker, and he said, "Great year, good luck,"
Nice.
or something like that.
Oh, Magic Marker, how we love you.
Magic Marker, you're the best of us.
That's right. What a dope name. Where's that come from?
I don't know. I feel like somebody just used alliteration to seem cool, like there's some kind of third grader or something. And I couldn't
Yeah,
believe
it's
the
kind of
tragic anyway.
it's almost like immature. Not to like hate on our only commenter, but like fuck, dude, come on.
Hey, you know what I will say? There was no numbers, so like, that's a win.
Fuck numbers, dude. I hate that shit.
Oh, thank you, Dragon Slayer 69432176 @ I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah,
Korean?
where it's like they have to be like it's cool if you're like the only like Broncos fan, number one. Like
Right.
that's the only number I'll take after number one or after Broncos fan, number one. But like if you're like Broncos fan 875, it's like what the
Ugh.
fuck? Who's
Nine
like,
times out of 10, 875 would mean something to them.
Oh yeah. Of
Right.
They're
course.
going to use
Yeah,
a number
yeah.
they remember.
Yep. They're like, oh, that wonderful season back in '84.
Yeah, right. You remember that season?
The juice. The juice. I remember that. Broncos.
Well, guys, we just crossed an hour.
We did.
On
Ladies
the
and
call,
gentlemen,
not on the recording.
did you like
Oh,
that? Did you like that? Did that
Did you
tickle
like
your
that?
ears? Did we
Would
have
you
a good
like
time?
that? Oh, something's getting in the way. Something's just about to bring
It's called
it.
a copyright strike.
It's called No, It's Not, because I'm doing my own thing. Jed, do you think the people that just stop worrying about the copyright shit? I'll fucking sing Thriller right here. And, Michael Jackson ain't gonna be able to do shit.
Bro, he will get out of his grave.
And do the
Leave
Thriller.
Never ran.
He'll get out
Thriller
of
his way over here.
and do the
You
Thriller.
really can't, like, that's the one thing, man. You can't just sing Thriller, dude. He'll do it. He'll come, he's like, I told you I was going to do it. I'm here. You didn't believe
Shows
me?
up at his ice
Now go
cream
give me a
van.
group of those little boys sitting over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking Thriller. Thriller.
My favorite part of the song is the laugh at the end. When he looks
Yeah.
back and his eyes glow, he's like,
It's
Michael
pretty creepy,
Jackson's
dude.
voice
Not
has
gonna
never
lie.
been that
I
deep.
like it.
dude,
I
it
can-
was, I remember my mom was talking about it one time. It's like, it was a crazy at the time. Like the level of production and like the response it got and like the money, I don't know, like the money it cost or like the money it made. But like, something about it was just like way like leagues above anything before it or something. Can't remember
Oh, yeah.
exactly. It's been a few years. But yeah, she was like, yeah, dude, Thriller was like, it was amazing when it came out. Like nobody could believe it.
Michael
Which is
Jackson was
true,
still
it's-
black whenever it came out.
It's true.
And
It's true. And he still has
Yeah.
the red jacket. Still
Black
the
man
iconic
top
red
of the
jacket.
billboards.
Dude,
man.
you know how much that thing's
Before
worth,
that.
bro? That's gotta be worth like millions,
I'd even
bro.
put it in the billions.
You
I'm
think?
sure somebody would pay $1 billion for it.
Ow.
Billion
Yeah,
what?
maybe, dude. Maybe.
What? What do you mean the album? Oh no, the jacket. I
actual
see
Oh, the
what you're talking
jacket
about.
itself.
Actual jacket.
Okay. I was like, are we talking about buying Michael Jackson? Wait a second here. And
Yes.
it's like put two and two
Now,
together.
now he's for sale.
Michael Jackson's for sale.
For
Oh,
5
Lord.
easy payments of $6,999.99, you too can own a portion of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's some dude in Dubai trying to do that. He's like, I want Michael Jackson. I want him.
Dude, have you guys seen like the kind of lockdown in Australia?
Okay, yeah.
I've heard
Let's
about
talk
it.
about this. Let's wrap it up with some Australian news. So Australia has camps.
They have camps, dude, for the dangerous people. They've
They've had
already
riots over
they
their
have already
lockdowns.
labeled them as dangerous, and they have to stay in these camps. They can't leave their little section at all. The police are walking around the camps, and if you don't have your shit like on, even if you're like drinking tea or something, like this guy was talking about how this lady was
Australians
just
don't
taking
drink
a sip of,
tea. They
huh?
drink beer, obviously.
Well, like this lady was like sipping her tea, and the cops
Yeah.
were like, they like took her away because she didn't have her mask on. She was like, I'm drinking tea, and the cop was like, not now, you're not. He's like, you're putting your fucking mask on, and they
We're
took her
throwing
away.
you in with the kangaroos, bitch.
Dude,
This is happening, dude. It's 2021, and this is happening. This is why I'm opposed to all this shit, dude, because it just leads into a tyrannical government control. This is what they're doing right now. Right? They are testing the waters for us Americans. They're seeing what they can get away with. Why have you seen so many people start to wear their masks again? You
yeah,
think
man.
it's because they you think it's because they're actually worried? No, it's because they caught word that, you know, hey, if you don't wear your mask, you're going to be ostracized. You're going to be criticized. So you better put your fucking mask on. So people are doing it. It's so like today I walked into a certain store and they were like, "Oh, it's a mask mandate." I walked right the fuck out. Me and this other girl, we walked right the fuck out because we like silently protested that. I may have said fuck this place then, and I walked out. I might have done that. I don't know. But I'm not gonna. You're not gonna get my business. You know. You're
Eh,
just not gonna get my business, and that's how I kind of do my protests. I kind of do it like that. Now, if it leads to camps, you're gonna see me out on the streets protesting that shit. Hundred
with an
percent.
AR-15. No.
I gotta look at the open carry laws here, but damn it, you
Maybe.
might just see me right there. I'll be on the fucking news, fucking Denver news. Here we go. But like, nah, man, it's like you gotta stand up for something, man, because what they're doing is they're testing us as a whole. What can we get away with? Oh, they've started to put their masks back on. Ah,
If we
yes,
give
our
them an
propaganda
inch,
is working.
we
You
give them
give
an
them
inch,
an
they take a
inch,
mile.
they take a fucking a mile and a half, and then
Yeah.
you never
Lane,
get that mile and a half back.
do you
You
think?
might get a
Never.
mile back. You might start
Oh,
out at the half
maybe.
mark, and you think you've made progress, but guess what? You're still at that half mark. You're
Mm-hmm.
still further
You're satisfied.
into the
Most people are
tyrannical
satisfied with
arms,
just a couple feet, dude. So
and that's it, man. I
don't be
think it,
satisfied.
it was a misquote, and I've said this before on the podcast, but it was a misquote by Hitler. Someone had
Quoting
said that
Hitler
he
on the
had.
podcast. Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah.
Hitler. There's a what was that? Like Hitler always gets brought up, and like if you talk long enough, Hitler will be brought up eventually. I forget like
Yeah.
how after how long, but like, but anyways, yeah, like so. Someone misquoted. It wasn't Hitler. It was someone else. But they said like the best way to take people's rights is little by little over a long period of time. And we've gotten so used to that, dude. What blows my brain is like if you look at what's going on, man. It's been a year and a half that we've been in like a lockdown, like a COVID shit.
Yeah.
It's like this is not going away. This is
Uh-huh.
never going away. It's been a year and a half. That what they say? 15. They said 15 days to
Slow the
flatten
curve.
the curve.
Yeah.
Oh my
15
fucking god!
years.
Biggest
15
crock
years.
of shit, and we all fell for it
I mean, we
because
didn't.
that's what they
Not
do.
here.
Well, I didn't fall for it. I knew what the fuck
Yeah.
they were doing. but
we literally told them that there was gonna be camps. Like there was those camps in New York for a little bit there, and
Didn't I
I was
say
worried
that?
that and I was like worried it was gonna pop off then. But like I guess we reined in a little bit there. But now that a whole country is kind of doing it, like that's gonna open up the door for so many more
Well, they
countries to start doing it too. Like if if they
exactly
can get away with it, then I can get away with it too. Maybe especially if it works, you know, if it
right.
works with their numbers, you know, they make it look like it works at the very least.
Oh, and
But
it's
then again,
like
you kill all the sick people, there shouldn't be any more sick people, right?
Oh shit.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm not saying that's what should be done. I'm just saying like they already got them in camps. That's like the next step.
Okay, before we get away from this though, Lane, you were talking about how people are putting on masks in Denver and everything, right? And
yeah.
walk into a store and all that. How much are you willing to bet? Like, I'm not even in Buda, but I guarantee it's the entire opposite. Nobody gives a shit. Like,
Every
the only
once in a
people
while,
that
you'll
are
see
wearing
somebody.
masks are probably like the kids going to school because they have to
Because
do
they
that.
have to, because the state recognizes everybody as a whole and not as an individual. They don't recognize the same thing with these vaccines. You're going to flat out mandate that everybody has the vaccine. Why is that not a discussion I'm having with my primary doctor? Why
Right.
is that a discussion I'm having with the state? Ugh, that makes me want to fucking puke. You're telling me I have to get a fucking shot? Suck my fucking cock. Straight up. This is from the Gentleman's Bureau. Suck my fucking cock. The government, the state, fuck you guys.
I'll take a little bit of that, I guess.
I
You're
don't give a
giving out
shit.
those
Jed, you
sucks.
better
I'll
fucking
hand you up.
prove this.
I'll ante up. Yeah, fuck them. They're not. This is bullshit. This is infringement of rights.
Absolutely.
gonna-
That's
This
it,
is the
dude.
land of the. This was the land of the free. Why can't we be free to make our own fucking choices regarding our health? If I want to
Exactly.
eat, you know what? And if I want to eat greaseball burgers from McDonald's and smoke cigarettes, you know, and just destroy myself with the soda and sugars and high fructose corn syrup and all this other bullshit, they're loving it. They're
They
making
love
money
it.
off of it. They're loving
Oh,
it. I'm
they
just
want
killing
you to eat
myself.
more,
We all
Jed.
know it's bad for us. But they push it. They want you to have it.
They want you to eat
But now,
more, Jed.
it's like I'm just like I don't want this because it's not clinically tested yet. They're like, no, you're going to have it. Like, I don't think I will, and I
Dude,
don't want to see how this plays out.
yeah. And what's crazy about the whole
Well,
FDA approval of the Pfizer,
yeah.
that's false, bro. If you look at the fucking documentation, they fudged a few words, they moved a few words around.
But
It's not FDA approved. It's not. It's not.
It's not.
They went and they ran with it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, you can
Isn't it
put
like
a state.
approved by the FDA for clinically testing or something like that?
It's illegal, dude. If you take that document to a lawyer, and let's say let's say if you wanted to file a class lawsuit, okay, if you wanted to file a lawsuit, you could do it, and you would win. So say you work at a job, and the job is like, we're gonna fire you because you are not going to receive this vaccine now that it is FDA approved. It's like, okay, put that in writing. And then they put it in writing. They terminate your employment. You can file a class A lawsuit, and you will win. You will, because the documentation from the FDA even says like, no, it's not FDA approved yet. They haven't even manufactured the shit that is going to be FDA approved because it's not up to par. It's been denied. That's what's crazy is if you read up on it, you gotta really read up on it. And if you go to like the FDA website and all that, and you start reading a bunch of shit, it doesn't line up with what the news is saying because they update shit in silent all the time. No one is on the news saying, "Oh, the FDA updated this section. Oh, the FDA just approved this. The FDA did this." Blah blah blah. No, that's not at all what the fuck is happening. You need to go to the website because they do it in very like almost sneaky, dude. They post it up so that way legally they're all right, but they don't want any of that being publicized. They can't. They
Yeah.
can't afford that. It
You
would
know,
disrupt the propaganda. It would disrupt the fear flow of shit.
yeah.
Mm.
You know what else? I'm just reading right now because I'm actually reading the you know the you know the thing
Document.
the document. I'm reading the document. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't find the word. I'm reading the document.
Yeah, I
And it
got
literally
you.
says that on December 11th, 2020, the Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency use authorization
Yes,
for
emergency.
emergency use of Pfizer BioNTech blah, 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 for individuals 16 years of age and older. But now they're saying that all children need to have them? What?
Emergency use. That's the fucking key, Jed.
Emergency
Emergency
use.
use. This is not. This has not been you. This is not for. You know, I don't know what the word would be, but I would call it leisurely use. I don't fucking know. Casual use. You know, I don't know. But it's still emergency
Standard
use only.
preventive
Right.
use.
And
Okay.
I guess what I want to end with here is, guys, your rights. I mean, you have so very little left that if you give in, if especially this right here, your own health, you are you're now cattle to the government. You are officially cattle because guess what? They can create another crisis to where they need to. You have to get this vaccine. Oh, you have to get it, you little fucking civilian shit. You need to get this fucking vaccine and you don't know what's in it, but it doesn't fucking matter because we told you. You are ours. You have no fucking rights. And it could be a vaccine that actually does have, maybe a tracking device or something. I don't know. The fucking NSA, the CIA, they're all, man, they want that so bad. I mean, think about this. What is this? That's my tracking device. I always have it on me. I'm guilty. I don't give a shit. I know this. I always have this on me, and it's not hard for them to fucking track me, right?
Right?
Mhm.
And they
But
have access to microphone, camera when you have it out, all that
yeah,
kind of
Edward
stuff.
Snowden already proved this back in like 2013 or something.
Hmm.
He- the- Dude, they can turn this camera on. They can fucking turn on your microphone. You think you got fucking rights in this country? That's fucking hilarious. Do some
Right.
research. Learn.
And
Open your brain.
one thing that I always think of, like, we're still hearing stuff about like women's rights, minority rights, all this kind of stuff. Like, it's like
Gays,
it's
fugazi.
no, sorry. Listen, if it's that hard to get rights in general, and you're just gonna give them up, like you have to work this hard to get your rights, and then you're just gonna give them up. Like, yeah, it's not the same rights, sure, but it's the principle of the matter. You're setting a precedent for future, manipulations. Okay, it's so hard to get rights when we want them. It's so hard. We have to fight wars to get freaking, rights to vote and rights to, government ourselves, or about slavery. And, like, we fought wars for this shit, and now you're just gonna be like, is my life is in kind of danger? Sure, you can have these rights back. I'll
Oh,
fight for them in the future.
I have a 98% chance of living. Oh, I'd better get the
Ooh,
fucking shot.
can't risk it.
The
Can't risk
fuck
it.
out of here. You make me sick. The fuck out of here.
It's funny because they're seeing that a lot of the recases of the Delta variant are amongst vaccinated
angry.
individuals.
Yeah, I love it. I'm over here raw dogging life with
I
my
raw
fuck
dog life. I raw
with my
dog life
fucking
all
immune
day.
system. I don't give a shit. I had
I-
COVID. It was nothing. Nothing. It was nothing. Now, I do work out. I'm young, healthy. I've got no pre-existing conditions that would, somewhat benefit an effective negative COVID, the
Right.
type of deal. But like I'm over here fucking no vaccine, and people are still looking at me like I'm sick. Oh, you're not vaccinated? Ugh, you fucking
Yeah.
natural, you hippie. What are
You
you?
natty.
Yeah, you natty. I'm all nat, dude. But anyways,
So
that's what I wanted to wrap up with, guys. Your
yeah.
rights are important. Fight for them. Big government sucks. Let's bring the system down together. Hey, one
Yeah.
step at a time.
One step
Power.
All right.
at a time.
Oh, I
And
guess. Hey,
what's up?
not all
And on a
people in
positive
government
note.
suck. All right. Yeah. Positive note: the mayor of Osaka wants to, because Osaka's having everybody rush to their beds, their hospitals for COVID, even though they don't need to. He said, "Hey, why don't we just treat this like the common cold?" So that's a little bit of a positive note. He understands
That's
what's going on.
fucking cool, dude. I'm gonna be looking for his his death certificate soon, because I'm sure some people aren't going to like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
I think he might have just signed his suicide note by chance.
Sounds like that to me.
Well,
So
it is Japan, so probably not. He'll just slowly leave politics. He's
Yeah.
probably. I
He'll
don't
suddenly
know
get
who this guy
quiet
is,
and then
but
leave
off the top of
politics
my
slowly.
head, he's 90 years old plus. He's just an old man that probably doesn't give a shit, and he's been out for himself this entire time. But he just said something kind of cool.
Nice.
that's
Anyway.
awesome, dude.
As always, everybody, we really appreciate y'all joining us here in the Gentleman's Bureau. If you want to show your support for us, you can start by subscribing to our channel. That does a huge bit of work for us, gets our word out there, shows YouTube we mean business, because we do. If you want to show even more support, you can hit that like button. That lets us know that not only do you enjoy our content, you really enjoyed this particular content. And hey, we have asked you for your favorite sandwich and whether or not you're left, right, or ambidextrous handed, whatever, in the comments below. Let us know. We're genuinely interested to hear what you guys have to say. And you can also, find us not only on YouTube. Sometimes you don't want to look at our gorgeous faces because it's just too much. It's too visually stimulating. I get
I
that.
understand.
When that happens, you can always find us at Spotify and Apple Podcasts under the same name, The Gentleman's Bureau. Like I said, we really appreciate you guys having here. I appreciate talking to you guys. It's always nice to catch up with you guys about, what happened during the week. And I look forward to seeing you guys here next week.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Catch you later.